Hello and welcome to My Mom's Basement, presented by Barstool Sports, and a very special San Diego Comic-Con 2025 recap edition of My Mom's Basement. We've got a ton of news from San Diego Comic-Con to talk about, some news and some topics not from San Diego Comic-Con to talk about. But Clem, how we doing?
I'm doing all right, Bob. I don't know. Very special. Do we have to throw the very special? You know my thoughts on San Diego Comic-Con.
I try to throw it in every time, but you know, I'm definitely lessening the specialness if I do that every time.
Well, no, that's fine. I kind of like that we roll with it, but again, I don't like that they didn't credential us back when we were this little podcast, and now like everyone's ditched them, and I'm sure we get credentials if we want. And it's like, come on, take care of the basement. The basement is a place for all the people, and I feel like we should have been embraced with open arms, like the New York Comic-Con did, and San Diego. They think they're too fucking good for us. This is like, I mean, I might put them on my Portnoy list. Like I'll get except I don't have a bottle of champagne. I'll have a bottle of like beer or something. And I'll pop the beer for that.
Yeah, it's still on my bucket list. I gotta admit it. It's still on the bucket list. San Diego's so nice. I know nerds take over the city. Come on.
There were some cool pictures and videos of people cosplaying.
Galactus, the fucking big Galactus, that guy rocked. He took over Comic-Con this year. Before we get into all that, real quick basement keeping, not even really stuff of our own I want to plug. Clemmer's Rat Race came out this week. If you don't watch Clemmer's Rat Race, this one is so funny. The way Pat Bev like committed and bought into it. So good. Check that out. Kelly Keegs currently doing a super long Harry Potter live stream. I know we got some people when we did our episode with T-Bob that were like, oh my God, I'm glad you guys finally talked a little Harry Potter. If you're into Barstool Harry Potter content, she's doing a stream that's like almost going to be 24 hours, I think. I think she's going to go till like 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. She started at 12 p.m. today. So check that out if you're a Harry Potter fan. And I got to plug this. We wanted to get Dana Beers on this episode. If you don't know Dana Beers from Barstool, one of our favorite people, just a golden retriever of a man. And he watched Star Wars for the first time this week and had one of the greatest Twitter threads of all time talking about it. It's so worth going and look. I could actually put some of the audio at least in this episode. I don't know if I could do the video because he was taping the TV, and I don't want to get taken down, demonetized, whatever. But the takes that he had were so funny. He's watching the binary sunset, and he's going, can I ask you something? How are there two moons?
Somebody answer me this. How the hell are there two moons? I know this is fantasy land, but there shouldn't be more than one moon.
What are these two moons? He has the same takes that every Star Wars fan has, in that he watches the stormtroopers try to hit Luke, Han, and Leia for half an hour on the Death Star, and he's like, we got to talk about these guys not hitting anything. It was just so enjoyable. He's like in the midst of a move and everything, so he wasn't able to join this week. We're gonna have him on next week because tonight he's watching Empire for the first time, and I am so excited to follow along with that.
Boy is about to go on a roller coaster ride. He's about to go on the ultimate, and then how he's going to feel that when it's all said and done. Can't wait. Like you said, Dana is one of the people at Barstool. When he gets rolling on something like that or something I like, I love it. I said him, Trent, Eddie, they're all in the same vein where their thoughts are like so hilarious. And like, you couldn't script Dana calling the two suns that are clearly suns moons. Like that is so peak Barstool and peak Dana, and why we love Dana so much. So I can't wait to have him in the basement. You gotta love when one of the boys that's talking about his doubles from high school realizes they're a basement boy at one point.
Yeah. And you know what else I loved? He tweeted like, is it too late in life for me to become a Star Wars guy? And everyone in the replies were like, absolutely not. Hop on in. The water's warm. Get in here. Everyone is excited about it. Those three guys too, all three of them basically, Trent, Dana, and Eddie, we've gone through watching Star Wars for the first time, like years ago, before My Mom's Basement even. I remember Trent doing it, and his takeaway from the first one was like, I can't believe that people bought into that big dog. He's like, I'm not saying anything was wrong with it, but everyone just accepted that there's a dog that talks to this guy and whatever. And then he watched Empire and was like, oh, I get it now.
I die for that dog.
He was like, that movie was fucking sick. The first one, he was just befuddled. Then he watched Empire and was like, okay, I understand it. And then Eddie on the 24-hour Star Wars stream this year watched Empire for the first time and had the greatest takeaways of all time when he was like, Yoda would be a great guy to be his landlord. You know, Yoda living in your basement. And also, where did Chewbacca become a mechanic? How did he become a mechanic? I can't do an Eddie voice, but his takeaways were so funny. I'm excited to have Dana on. It'll be Dana's first time in the basement, I think.
Yeah, Dana has enough meathead in him where it's like, I don't know which way he's going to go, left, right, up, and down. So it's going to be good to have Dana in the basement. And then at some point we'll get his post Jedi. I was like, You could do the prequels, the sequels, the OG trilogy. I want to get the takes on that. And I was gonna say, I was thinking like, who else has these takes that like I'd love to see them live tweet Star Wars for the first time. I don't know how I'd feel. I feel like Che would do something that would get me upset. Che engagement or whatever they call it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, he would say something that would be offensive to me. It'd be like, you motherfucker.
Why do people think Han Solo is cool?
Yeah,
say something like that. You know,
I'm gonna get but then I'm also like, I see him because he's going through the same thing with the Cubs, where he's like, I'm gonna become a Cubs fan. I'm like, hey, good for you, man. And all the Cubs fans are like, I fucking hate this so much.
Yeah.
So I want to open my arms as a Star Wars fan, and then I'm like, he would definitely just piss me off. And I love Chase so much, but he would definitely say something like that would make my blood boil.
Yeah, that's Che, and I love his movie reviews. Sometimes you gotta like you gotta take them sometimes the opposite of what he says, but I still love them. I think they're great. I genuinely watch all of them.
Every time I watch a Che movie review of something I like, I take a deep breath before I play. I'm like, okay, don't get triggered. Let's go.
Speaking of movies, before we get into Comic-Con, I just wanted to update people on some of the movies we've been talking about in July. Fantastic Four made more in a day than the 2015 Fantastic Four made in its entire domestic run. One day of the first steps beat the entire run. Now, that being said, I'm almost positive it was the 2015 director. I think it was Josh Trank or something. Came out before the movie came out and was like, yeah, please don't see it. It's horrible. So he wasn't doing the greatest marketing job for him. And Superman is now the highest grossing solo Superman movie. It beat Man of Steel this week.
I thought Fantastic Four did that over the whole weekend. I didn't know it was day one they beat him. I also have to admit, like, Michael B. Jordan, I love since he was a kid on The Wire and obviously all the Friday Night Lights stuff. So he was in it. Kate Mara, I think we all love Kate Mara. She's also part of Giants royalty. She's one of the granddaughters of Wellington. And who are the other two? I don't know the other, but
Miles Teller was Reed, which is like great casting,
fine.
I think.
Yeah. And the fact that I never had any interest
was Ben Grimm.
I never had any interest in that movie. It just completely escaped me. And I guess maybe I listened to the director when he's like, don't see. I was like, all right, dude, I'm out.
And then the only other thing I had before we get into San Diego Comic-Con news. Did you see I went to war with the Na'vi again this week? Avatar Fire and Ash trailer came out. We had some takes. We had some discourse. The Na'vi were not happy with me, but we went to war.
So I have an idea.
Oh.
I think this is a little, everyone in the basement here, we're on the same page here. And I know the people who don't come in the basement aren't going to know this. I think I'm going to just act like an Avatar diehard. And just rile up my people, and this is probably like the fucking plot for Avatar 3 where like someone dresses up as the alien and tries to get them to drive
infiltrate. You're our Avatar.
Holy I am shit. Your Avatar.
I love this.
So I'm going to Avatar the Avatar fans.
What a plan. This is a great plan. My take, if you didn't see this, it was on my Twitter. I saw someone tweet a clip from Titanic, and they said this is the peak of blockbuster filmmaking. And I agree. I said in my blog, I'm not like a Titanic super fan like Nate and Jared Carabas, who are weirdly Titanic super fans.
Very weirdly, those two together.
Very strange. But you can't deny it is iconic. I'll Never Let You Go, the pose at the front of the ship, the violin player going down with the ship, the boobs, the paint me like one of your French girls. There's so many iconic scenes in that movie. That is the peak of blockbuster filmmaking. I think it's worthy of how it gets talked about. So I tweeted, I agree. I just wish James Cameron didn't spend the last 20 years of his life committing himself to only Avatar and Avatar sequels. I wish he kept making movies like this, or like Terminator 2, or like fucking The Abyss, or True Lies. Like, give me some different flavors, not just Na'vi. And people were very, very unhappy. He's not, ruining his life. How could you say that? It's his passion. He's discovering CGI, the ocean. I don't deny the Avatar movies look gorgeous. Stunning. I said they're the greatest movies of all time to be played on mute at a Best Buy when you're trying to sell a 4K TV. It's just people are talking about these movies like they're The Godfather, and they're talking about them like they're saying it's the century defining piece of media. And I'm like, I don't know. I think they're pretty good, but I think that's as far as it goes. Like I don't think his uppity I hate comic book movies. Their characters have no depth and they're so beneath me. Like, you can't do that when you're making, these are comic book movies.
It sucks so much that we have to fight this battle against
I
this.
know.
Oh man, you didn't have enough after fucking Endgame. You want more of this? Because we're gonna bring it.
We love Aliens. We love Terminator. We don't want to do this.
The guy was a game changer. That's the thing. And I'm with you. I was with everything you said. And by the way, when I do my avatar, I am going to quote retweet your thing to be the thing that gets me in with them. Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Nerd loser. He doesn't know good filmmaking. I have a comp for James Cameron. Ready?
Okay.
James Cameron going from like the greatest fucking director that had all these hits that changed the game to then like completely changing his like thing to just being like an avatar and a guy who just like lived in submarines and shit. It's like if Michael Jordan retired and just stayed a baseball player, and you'd hear how like Michael Jordan's drive and competitiveness was like the greatest thing that the teammates in the Birmingham Barons, and if he made the White Sox, they've ever seen. That's what like James Cameron's doing for digital effects, essentially. It's like that is his one great thing that you can be like, no one can deny that. And if Michael Jordan had gone to baseball and shown guys how to like be competitive, you know, I took that personally. Then like you could have said, okay, that's great. But I know he's better when he's doing the other thing, which is making regular movies for the fucking rest of us. He's so lost in the sauce though, because like you said, he doesn't even realize when he says like all these things about not having depth. It's like, dude, your fucking movies, did you watch them? I've seen them both. And I couldn't tell you one of their names. I'm just like, oh, that's bad guy, that's good guy, that's the guy who's kind of good but maybe bad and might burn us in part 3. It's crazy. So it's Banana Land. But you are right. And this is the biggest thing. We lost James Cameron, and he can fight it all he wants. But when he dies, people like movie people are going to say, if he hadn't got into the Avatar, God knows what that like end of his career would have looked like. Because he was still.
I don't even know, to be honest, because the movie people arguing with me are like, Avatar's his best work. Like, which I'm like, you think Avatar 2 is better than Terminator 2 or Aliens or Titanic? Like, what are we talking about there? But that's the thing. I feel like these people are like, where do these people come from? Because I also said, for all the shitting on comic book movies he does, if we went into Times Square tomorrow with 2 buckets and said, hey, put a ticket in this one if you like the Avengers movies, put a ticket in this one if you like the Avatar movies. Is it going to be 90-10 Avengers?
At this point, I don't know if it's like the monkeys from Superman, and those are the people who like Avatar.
I mean, they make billions of dollars. See, there's no denying. Even Avatar 2, they proved they made some cultural impact. When we say there's no cultural impact, it goes so back and forth because it's like, obviously the money's there, but I don't see anyone wearing Avatar merch ever. I never hear anyone talking about Avatar except for like our friends in the office, Gooch and Ken Jack. They love it. God bless them. But like, I don't see it. I don't know. If you're an Avatar fan listening to this podcast, apologies. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I don't like shitting on things. It's just, I feel like we're talking about movies that are on par with the comic book movies that are coming out this year as the height of filmmaking. It's like, I don't know. It's the height of visual storytelling. Is it the height of like dialogue, writing, characters? No, none of those things.
Some would say the low, if not the high. Right? Yeah. Some would say that. I'm just saying.
And again, I don't even hate them. I'm not like I hate the Avatar movies. They're good.
Just give me like name 3 characters from the movie. It's like when, you know, when a girl says she likes the, you know, Giants, name 5 Giants, you know, like just name
I could do
5
2
characters.
I could do Jake Sully and Spider.
Oh,
and the only reason I remember Spider is because we have a friend named Spider. So when he showed up, I was like, oh shit, another guy named Spider. But I said that in my blog. I'm like the bad guy too, with the scars on his face, army guy, don't know his name. They kill him off in the first one. They bring him back in the second one. And everyone is like, brilliant storytelling. Like the levels. I'm like, they somehow Palpatine returned him. Like they didn't come up with a different bad guy. So they made him into an avatar and he had to come to grips with that. It was fine. But again, like, these are comic book movies. That's all they are.
And it sucks too because I know I'm going to see the third one because someone's going to say it changes something with the visual effects, yada yada. And hey, I went with large. We had some 3Chi. We watched it. We were fucking like, whoa, I'm in fucking Navi land. And then I was like, I never thought about the movie again. That's just how I am. And honestly, let's be honest, people. I know there's going to be the diehards who are in their other world. That's fine. 99% of the people never thought of it again. Too. That's just the facts. And $1 billion is $1 billion. It's just facts, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But again, I hate that we've lost all those James Cameron bangers.
Well, he's making, I guess his next movie is going to be separate. He's doing Ghost of Hiroshima, I believe, which should be different, cool. I don't know. He said it was like a response to Oppenheimer because he thought it was cowardly not to show like the effects. So maybe he's going to show some devastating stuff. Who knows?
That's the other thing, James. Like, again, everyone loved you. And you were just, it seemed like a good dude and everyone like whatever, and you're great at what you do. You're taking shots at like everyone loved the Marvel movie. I think he was taking shots at the Marvel movies when everyone loved them still. Other than like, those dullards like Trent now who just get on the bandwagon just to say they don't like it. He said it back when fucking Endgame was blowing people's minds. And then it's like, you're going at Christopher Nolan?
Yeah.
Why?
Fuck yeah. He's just an asshole. And it's like, people will be like, he's James Cameron. He's the one that's allowed to say that. And it's like, yeah, I guess so. But like, Spielberg isn't doing shit like this. Nolan isn't doing shit like this. Scorsese isn't. Well, Scorsese, he gets a little mouthy about the Marvel movies. But he's not like shitting on directors. You know what I mean?
And like, James, if your last work was Titanic or like fucking Terminator 2, I'd be like, I mean, that's it. That's tough. You're like doing Avatar movies. You're making bad cartoon, like cool looking cartoon movies for the big screen.
Yeah.
And listen, nobody, and I mean nobody, is a bigger Zoe Zanelda fan than me. And I am like, give that girl her money. I see her, I swoon over her during her fucking T-Mobile commercials when she takes the little banana peel out of her. Like, I have little hearts around my head. So trust me, I want those movies to do great. I just don't want the fucking mouthy director to tell me how it's better than anything else we've ever watched.
I know. No. Also, when it's like, I've seen some Zoe Saldana comic book movies that I would watch any day of the week over the fucking Avatar movies. Any Guardians movie, give me any one of those. They're way better in every way, in my opinion. Maybe the CGI, you could say, oh, CGI is better than Avatar. Fine. Everything else about all three Guardians movies better than Avatar. Before we get into San Diego Comic-Con, let's remind everyone about our favorite sponsor here. That is Game Time. We love Game Time. We love getting out to ball games in the summer, especially last minute. Luckily for us, we always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. We can't talk about Anthony Volpe bobblehead night anymore, which we did for a few weeks. That already passed. But today's game, hey, 1:05 p.m. as we record this, you could still get in. It's an hour past that date, or an hour past that time. $7 gets you in Yankee Stadium, though. Or if you want to actually just go to an event on time, Friday, this Friday, tomorrow, you can get into Giants at Mets City Field, $16. Amazing prices on Game Time. Clem, you're going to a concert tomorrow on Game Time, yeah?
I am. La, 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 la. Finally.
All right, don't sing anymore. Don't get us demonetized.
The lights will go out in the base because of me singing Offspring songs. I am going to finally see Offspring after waiting to see them forever. Me and the wife are going to go. It's beautiful. We got our tickets through Game Time. They're going to be great seats. Bethel Woods, I've heard it's an awesome venue to see a show. It's where the original Woodstock happened. There's a museum there. So you go to the museum, see all the Woodstock stuff. You can see the hill where it all happened. They have a plaque, and you just feel the history. God knows how many hippies were rubbing nasties there. A beautiful time. Lots of drugs that probably went on during there. So it's an absolutely beautiful time. So cannot wait to see the Offspring play. Jimmy Eat World, Newfound Glory. Beautiful time. Anyone else going? Say hi. Jones Beach. Get your tickets. I think they're there on Sunday. They're doing their whole world tour right now. So dying to see Offspring.
And I'm going to take my mom to the Doobie Brothers on Game Time next week. It feels like we're going to opposite concerts. I feel like if we were like Robbie and Clem are going to see, one's going to see the Offspring, Newfound Glory, and Jimmy Eat World. One's going to see the Doobie Brothers. I think people would probably flip those. we keep you on your toes here at My Mom's Basement. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code MMB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code MMB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. All right, San Diego Comic-Con. Some good stuff this year. Not the craziest year, obviously not like the massive Marvel Star Wars panels, but we did get a lot of fun panels. The headliner to me at San Diego Comic-Con this year felt like George Lucas. It was his first time ever appearing at the con. He was there to talk about the George Lucas Museum of Narrative Art, and he kind of gave us like a little preview of some of the stuff that it'll include, and it looks to me like it's going to be like a museum right up our alley. The first character drawing of Flash Gordon from 1934, Peanuts comic sketches from the 50s and 60s, original drawings from the first Iron Man comic. Oh, you're wearing a Peanut shirt right now. Original drawings from the first Iron Man comic, original ink splash of Black Panther, life-size Naboo starfighter, and General Grievous on his wheel bike. Just funny to announce like 2 random prequel things as the Star Wars things. Original concept art for Indiana Jones, vintage comic issues, including ones from Marvel and DC, mythology exhibit with stories from Egyptian, Greek, Roman gods, George Lucas's own Frida Kahlo paintings. Strange. 2 theaters, 33 galleries, an event venue, and a library. Seems awesome, to be honest.
Does he still have the same George Lucas, the way he talks and everything? Is that all?
Oh, yeah. Yes. He's wearing the flannel. He's mumbling. Yep. Yeah.
And that's exactly as I'm picturing it in my head. It's like blue with a little bit of red maybe in the flannel there. And...
he hasn't aged in like 20 years, to be honest. He like froze himself in the current white hair, white beard, flannel. Like he just looks the exact same he always has.
I mean, it always felt like that. If like Magic Johnson can like fight off AIDS forever, George Lucas should be able to fight off aging forever with the amount of money these guys have.
What a comparison.
I just saw a Magic Johnson video before we went live, so he was in my head. He was fresh. But it's true, and I stand
make that a quote card.
Well, you see, if Magic Johnson was able to fight off AIDS, I said to my guys,
hysterical.
Someone at Industrial Light and Magic could definitely stop aging. Like, those people are smart enough to do it. They
figured out real life CGI. All right. So that was something I was excited to mention. George Lucas at Comic-Con, whatnot. Something that I don't love the sound of, Clem. You might know what I'm about to say already. Rebecca Romijn did an interview at Comic-Con where she said she's not sure if she's finished filming her scenes for Avengers Doomsday because they haven't finished writing the script. And Clem, we've been filming this movie for months now. I think months. And we know Waldron was just brought on. We love Michael Waldron. Very happy for him. And he was originally the writer when it was the Kang Dynasty. Then he wasn't. Now he's back on. I just don't love the sound of that. Saw that, I said, don't like that.
I feel like we've been through this before, right? Where you're like, oh, don't know. I'm going to go back to the old Bob Fox airplane analogy. So we're flying in Marvel. This is our current state for the people that, don't know where we are. We've taken off. It was a smooth takeoff. We are now, the seatbelt sign has been turned off, and the snacks they're giving out, which is what we said after Fantastic Four, the snacks are like brand name snacks. You got Munchie Mix. You have stuff that you're not just getting like an American Airlines bag of pretzels. So you're feeling about as good as you can. No real issues. This was a bump, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, that might just be the only bump. And there's another bump. So there's 2 bumps.
Yeah.
And they weren't like a little like, oh, I ran over a nothing. Like, you're like, this could lead to more bumps coming. And I'm starting to get worried.
You're like, I hope that wasn't a fucking bird in the engine.
Yeah. I almost hope it was a bird because I feel like the turbulence is going to get really bad. And I'm scared that seatbelt sign is going to go back on. And when the seatbelt sign goes on, that's going to say, hey, guys, it might get really rocky here for a bit. And it's almost like they should just take the Avengers name off because if they just name it Doomsday, it's like, this is Dr. Doom's movie.
True.
It was a bad Dr. Doom movie. What can you do?
Yeah, that worried me. The one saving grace, the Wi-Fi still being on the plane, is that I saw the Russo brothers went to see Oasis this week, and I was like, all right, they're still my guys. I could still relate to them. They were there with not with, but Ivana Shanko, I think her name was at the same show. She played Shin Hati on Ahsoka season 1. Bunch of basement related people have been going to Oasis, so I was like, all right, maybe. Listen, I know there's been some worrisome signs of writers being brought on last minute. Rebecca Romijn doesn't even know if she's done shooting the movie yet, which I'm like, how could you not know? I'm still holding out hope that they could pull off a miracle. Because I think there's probably been Marvel movies that were chaotic production experiences that turned out great. I think there's a chance that like Infinity War and Endgame could have been chaotic in like rewrites. We know that the I Am Iron Man thing was a reshoot last minute. Like that, I think he was going to give like a big speech or some shit. So like if anyone could do it, it's still the Russo brothers. They've yet to steer us in a wrong direction when it comes to comic book movies and Marvel. So fingers crossed.
I will say this to the people listening. If down the road next year when this movie comes out and Robbie says how much he loves it with a capital L, part of it will be because he is, you know, Mr. Positivity, even though we're starting to see some cracks in that. But part of it will because the directors went to see Oasis. And I
didn't know they were fans. Yeah.
That is going to fucking every Russo brothers movie you see from now on, you're going to have extra rose-colored glasses because of that.
There they are.
There they are,
right behind me. They just did their third show at Wembley. They're doing 5. It's insane. It's the greatest comeback of all time. Another great panel we had at Comic-Con. This is good news. All good news. We're back on a good playing field
good
here.
Trajectory.
Peacemaker season 2 panel. We got a new trailer. It's set 1 month after Superman. Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl will appear in the first episode, and James Gunn said they're not the only characters from Superman that will appear. He also promised a very big cameo at some point this season. Could Superman himself be in this? Like, could he come down and confront Peacemaker about the interview on TV or whatever? And we have a little description. Focuses on the world not accepting Peacemaker as a hero. He goes to a parallel dimension where he is a hero and has a better life, but the situation has dire consequences. He is also in love with Harcourt this season. The trailer looks great. Tons of Rick Flag Sr., so I think he's going to be a pretty pivotal character. And the fact that they used Road to Nowhere by Ozzy, just the timing of that gave me chills the second I heard his voice. It was great.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Did you have the more multiverses? I had that at first.
A little. But I trust James Gunn with it.
Exactly. And it's not his fault that Marvel botched that entire thing and that we just happen to be wrapping it up. But there is like a multiversal fatigue from all the different
on it.
There is a stink on it.
Yeah.
And there's a chance by the end we're gonna be like, holy shit, they really nailed the multiverse, and it could be the opposite. But man, just give me some other shit. It's gonna take a little while to get this DCU. We already have potentially 2 Batmans. That's a whole other story that we've been talking about. But the thing is, you see that trailer, you're like, let's fucking go. I can't wait to have these idiots back in my life. And also, for anyone that hasn't seen it, I didn't see the scene of where what was he? They kept going
naming like
names.
Celebrity names.
Yeah, so look up like celebrity names, Peacemaker deleted scene from season 1, and there's a great scene of John Cena and the like programmer dude just riffing, and some of the fucking celebrities they say is incredible. I'm like, man, this show was cooking. I wish they had kept that in the show, to be honest with you.
Was it Economos? They called him, right?
Yeah,
something like that. I love the bit at the beginning of the trailer where they're throwing him the beers, and he just keeps dropping them, and they're shattering at his feet, and they're like, just hand him one, okay? I thought that was really funny, and he's also been doing a Peacemaker season 1, like a rewatch podcast. James Gunn is doing it with Harcourt and Jennifer Holland, and I think someone else from the show, maybe, or maybe it's a rotating cast. I'm not sure. I haven't listened yet, but he's confirming what things are canon and what things are not canon from each episode. So if you're into the real nerdy weeds, like that's kind of a fun thing. Like he says in the trailer for Peacemaker season 2, for example, Rick Flag Sr. Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos mentions that his son was killed during the events of the Suicide Squad. So the fact that that was in Creature Commandos canonizes that event. And there's a lot of stuff like that in Peacemaker, where he said, like, for example, in episode 1, he's like, Aquaman, that guy fucks fish. He says, like, that is no longer canon because in the new DCU, Aquaman is yet to be a known hero. So he's like, that specifically, throw that out the door. That's a memory or whatever. So there's interesting stuff like that. James Gunn has been doing a really good job of just like keeping in touch with the people. He always has done a good job of that. They had like Peace, I think they call it Peace Fests at Comic-Con, which was a big party. Foxy Shazam came and played the new theme song for season 2. It's called Oh Lord. I think it's one of their older songs, but seemed like a good time.
When you said Foxy Shazam, I forgot her name, Foxy something. Did you ever watch Drawn Together, the cartoon?
No.
Oh man, Bob.
I don't know if I've ever heard of it. I'm gonna look it up.
So I think it was on Comedy Central, and it's like this. It's like a reality show, and it's a bunch of like superheroes that are in a reality show. One guy's kind of like Superman. One
This
girl.
looks awesome.
It is awesome.
I've never heard of it.
Let me tell you, the stuff that they say and do wouldn't even make it past the screeners. It is not 2025 friendly. It is. When it come out? 2010, I'd say.
Let me see. 2004.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes a lot more sense because it was those days. It was the Degeneration X suck it. Like it was risque for those times. It was risque. I was like, they can say that on TV. You know, there's a lot of shit. So I'm just saying. I cannot be held. It's like, what is it? Retweets are not the thoughts of my own.
Yeah.
Me recommending this show don't cancel me because I recommend the show. It is awesome.
Foxy, I gotta check this out. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's like a lighter version of probably some of the stuff we're going to see in Peacemaker. I also thought they had announced or revealed the dance, and I was like, they can't do that, but they didn't do that.
Oh, no. Just okay, that, good. Like, this is the theme song the dance will be set to. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool.
Speaking of superhero cartoons, Invincible had a cool panel. We saw some new characters. One that people seem to be very excited about is Dinosaurus, voiced by Matthew Rhys. I don't know much about him, but the images they showed look cool. He's a red dinosaur guy. And we were told the animation will continue to improve. Every season, they said they're going to look to really improve it. They said the final fight in season 3 could kind of give us a preview of what the animation in season 4 could look like, Robert Kirkman said. And they promised it will release before the end of 2026. I thought for some reason they were trying to do the beginning of every year, but animation has a bunch of roadblocks and obstacles in the way always.
We've learned that the hard. When does Spider-Man? When did scheduled to come out? Oh,
2048.
Okay. That's about it. 2099. That was like the comic book series, right?
Yeah.
2099. Okay, good to know. Fuck. God,
yeah, I'll be a grandfather and I'll take my grandkids to see Beyond the Spider-Verse.
I mean, they're like, you guys thought Stranger Things was a long wait. Let me tell you, they could probably fit a whole Stranger Things series in between the gap we're going to have for that show.
Yeah.
But so that's the thing is like, I always, even when they're like, all right, early 26 animation, I'll give you another 6 months.
Yeah. The boys also had a big panel for their final season. They said Seth Rogen will finally appear in the show after he's been the executive producer, I think, the entire time. And Starlight will be in Gen V. Now, they played a trailer for the final season of The Boys. I don't think it's out yet. I think they just played it at Comic-Con.
I saw it. You didn't see it?
Oh, you saw it? No.
Yeah. Starlight's in it. And I was like, oh, Starlight's in.
Oh, what an asshole I am. I came unprepared for the podcast.
Hey, you know what? Throw it on. Give us a live reaction as we go. Everyone else, if you haven't thrown it on,
this. I saw tweets that said The Boys season 5 trailer played at Comic-Con, and then I didn't see it.
I think I saw it. I just saw it on Twitter. I didn't go hunting or anything. I think I just saw it.
The Boys season 5 trailer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gen V. I saw the Gen V.
You saw the Gen V trailer. Okay, that makes more sense because she was in that trailer.
Did you see the Gen V trailer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you think of the Gen V trailer? I apologize.
I think Gen V is weirdly, I might be more excited for season 2 of Gen V than I am the final season of The Boys. I have more nervousness going into the final season of The Boys.
Yes, it feels like we're in the end game now.
And I liked season 4 too. I liked the last season a lot. I thought it was very good for the most part.
Yeah,
but Gen V it felt different. It felt like more fresh, more unique. Putting Starlight in it, and once again continuing to make it matter. It feels like it's not just like this spinoff that they're not going to acknowledge. I think I'm more excited for that.
And the thing is, when The Boys is gone, this is going to be their most established show in that universe, so they really need to have it hit. When I saw the little Muppets, that callback, I was like, oh yes, they get weird, they take chances. I've said this about The Boys. I don't need the violence could be violent. I want violence. At some point, it does get to all right, we've had enough. Let's do other stuff except for just blood pouring everywhere. But I am very excited, and I'm with you. I am nervous about The Boys. I feel like we're going to leave with it's going to be bittersweet how it's going to end. And I do feel like the Gen V could take more chances because they have a runway where this is basically landing the plane. So I hope they nail it. I loved it. I do think, like we said, there were some points where it's Homelander got away again, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's nice that we're going to have a resolution. Please have a resolution.
Please. Yeah. Not like Dexter, the original finale of Dexter, where it's just like, he's Homelander's a lumberjack now. It's like, what? Speaking of Dexter, the new one is very good. I got to tell everyone, you got to watch Resurrection to watch the new one, which is a little annoying. I think it was Resurrection, or
is that the movie?
They made a series like the first reboot. They did one season. Clancy Brown was in it. It was about like his son coming and finding him as a lumberjack and whatever. And now this one's in New York City, and it's got crazy amount of like guest stars in the cast. Uma Thurman, Peter Dinklage, our guy David Dastmalchian, Eric Stonestreet, Neil Patrick Harris. Like, the cast is awesome for this season. It's been really good so far. Would recommend. Big recommend for everyone. If you're a Dexter fan, you kind of got to watch all of it, but still. There's a big Tron panel. People were super stoked about the Tron panel. I'm not a Tron guy. This new movie I think looks cool, but I think I've seen maybe a little bit of Tron Legacy. I don't think I've seen the original. There's also a huge Coyote versus Acme panel, the movie that got shelved and then bought and is going to release next summer. People are really excited for that because it's going to be the first 2D animation meets live action movie in a while, Space Jam style, like the original Space Jam or Looney Tunes back in action. John Cena's in it, Will Forte's in it, and supposedly it's great. Everyone that's seen it is like, this movie's amazing, and it's a miracle that it's actually going to get to come out.
One of the saddest things that I've experienced in parenthood is when my kids had no clue what Looney Tunes were, Bugs Bunny, all that stuff, and we were able to kind of introduce them to it, and they learned a little bit, but it just, and then like the
just not the same.
They have no clue what the Flintstones. They've learned a couple of Bugs Bunny. They know, obviously, like Mickey Mouse crushed them. The mouse won. That's basically the bottom line. But like Flintstones, Jetsons, it's like you're speaking another language to them.
What about Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh, so he's like in the Disney World, so they could figure that out. They probably saw a cartoon of him.
That was like huge for me when I was really little.
Yeah, me too. I was a big Winnie the Pooh guy.
Yeah, the Tron panel looked great as well. Jeff Bridges was there. Jared Leto was there. I feel bad. I know there probably are massive Tron fans that listen to the podcast because it's a nerd show. I just don't have anything to add.
We're gonna throw that one on T-Bob's plate, and I bet I'd say
he might be a Tron guy.
I'd say 70% chance he's a Tron guy. I feel like he covers a lot of our holes up really well. Yeah, and he would it shock you in the least if he said, "Do you have it? Do you have his number?" Yeah, let me text him. Text him right now. Say, "Record on the pod. Are you a Tron guy?" We'll see if we get a see if we get a live answer on the pod. But I'd love for T-Bob to tell me about Tron because he does it with such passion. It's kind of like Jose with his comic books. He can make, I wouldn't even have to watch the movie. I'd be like, I feel like I've already seen him, or I could watch him and be like, I'm in this fucking world. So shout out to all the Tron people. I know there's definitely Tron people in the basement. It's just not my thing. I don't know if I can get into it. It's to sit down, get into that movie. You have to almost retroactively imagine when those things blew your mind back in the 80s. The fact they made a Disney ride is crazy. I also don't want to shit on some of the people like Big T going viral for shitting on Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, I know.
I've never, in all my years of Barstool, I never thought I'd get to the point where I was working with someone that hated Happy Gilmore, but it happened. That's just the internet. Everyone has different tastes. I'm not even going to go.
Did you watch the second one? I didn't watch it yet.
I did not, because every time I tried to watch it, I was on Twitter and someone told me it was the worst movie in the world. And then someone told me it's the best movie in the world. And I'm like, I know. What the fuck is this? Last Jedi again? It felt like
kind
that.
Of is. Yeah.
It kind of is.
It's the last Jedi of the Happy Madison universe.
Yes, exactly. And then everyone dredges up their old or Adam Sandler takes, which is like they did with Star Wars. Well, the prequels weren't good. No, the prequels were good. The original trilogy was, they didn't know what they were doing. They're talking about certain points of view. I can't believe what Happy Gilmore has done. Happy Gilmore 2. And it honestly is, it's kind of like, it's a symptom of the internet. The internet has made it where it's like me versus you, and it's just bash, bash, bash. But I just want it to be good so bad. I hate when sequels are bad, and I just I saw they brought back the wife, or she's the girlfriend.
Julie Bowen.
I always like when it's like, oh no, we broke up right after it's over. It's like that was the whole point of the movie. It made you feel good at the end. So I'm hoping everything continues very nicely. Just don't. please do not touch the Billy Madison universe. Billy Madison is my #1 comedy of all time with a bullet. I fucking love that movie, and I just want everything there to not change at all.
How do you feel about Big Daddy? Do you think that's touchable? Is it like, can you go back and do that? Lenny Ball said he wants that next.
I can live with that. Big Daddy is not the only movie of all them that is sacred is Billy Madison. Wedding Singer might be as well, because that was a period movie, and it's just like Robbie Hart's just such a good dude. I just want him to be happy for the rest of his life with Julia. So, but those first 4 Sandlers are very near and dear to my heart. Big Daddy, you can make a case for all 4 of those being the best Sandler or the worst.
I think
Sandler
Big Daddy's my personal favorite.
And I'm fine with it. Yeah, I have no problem with that take. I am personally Madison 1. I might sometimes. I love Happy Gilmore, but sometimes I'm like, you know what? I kind of like the Wedding Singer is more of a movie than just like silly stuff. So sometimes I have that higher.
My current reboot that I'm praying doesn't suck is Spinal Tap 2. They just put out the trailer, and I think it looks pretty funny. And I also think like the rolling your eyes at how old the people in the reboot are works so well for a movie about like rock stars and like heavy metal stars. Like, look at every big tour today and it's old rock stars. So it's like, I think it has the potential to be good. I think it's gonna be full of cameos already. McCartney's in the fucking trailer and everything. So I'm praying. It's Rob Reiner too. He's coming back. I
think so. Naked Gun. And the amount that people seem to love that movie, it's going to be either the best thing in the world for comedies or the worst thing, because you're going to have a lot of people who are like, let's reboot this old favorite.
Yeah.
And they could flop, but it sounds like Naked Gun is everything you would want.
Oh, I saw it. It is awesome. It's so good. It's so funny.
I saw the trailer. I blogged the trailer because I saw it. Holy shit. This actually looks really fucking good. And then the fact that Liam Neeson is now dating Pamela Anderson.
I know.
It's awesome in its own right.
They're like everyone's favorite old couple.
Yeah, exactly. Man, those Naked Gun movies, like that, again, I hate to be the old guy in the podcast, but I'd be like, Robbie, you gotta watch the Naked Guns. You gotta watch Airplane.
Well, I watched the first one for the first time before I saw the new one. Like I had seen, and watching it, I was like, oh, I've seen 90% of the movie on Twitter. Like of course, I saw all of the baseball stuff at the end, like the driver's ed scene. Like I've seen so much of the movie, but I watched it start to finish and was like, God damn, that was so funny. Went and saw the new one the next day, and I was stunned at how like faithful to that tone.
Very true.
It's stupid, and they're laying out 4 jokes a minute sometimes, and it's like they're all dumb, but they're all so dumb funny. Like that's a compliment. Like it's perfect. It's very good. Highly recommend if you're looking to see a comedy in theaters. Like Naked Gun will have the whole theater laughing.
There's a chance where that can bring comedies back to, because I've said that a million times. Like when people are like, "What's the best comedy of the 2020s?" Everyone's like, Palm Springs. Everyone's like, Palm Springs was good. It's like, I really enjoyed Palm Springs. The fact that is in the running just tells you. It doesn't say anything about Palm Springs. It tells you about the other comedies from the 2020s.
Because Palm Springs is also not like a straight comedy, like it's comedy drama. You know, like it does that whole. It tries to be a movie, kind of like you were saying, like, and Naked Gun opposite. It's just comedy. It's just the whole time, and there's tons of like. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's like UFC and WWE cameos in it.
Oh, really?
Like, what the fuck? Like Cody Rhodes, people know is in it, and his scene is great. But then there's like they go to a fight, and I saw like a bunch of people I knew, and I was like, oh my god! Text them like, you were in fucking Naked Gun.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
You brought up Jose and his comics and how excited he gets over comics. So I wanted to bring this up. He texted me on Sunday afternoon when this got announced at Comic-Con. Alien versus Captain America. How about that? It's a 20th Century Studios comic book partnered with Marvel. Another fucking cool cover there where they got the shield. And I want to read you the description that he sent me. It comes out in October. And he sent me this description. It's World War II, and Hydra seeks a new weapon to defeat the Allies and win the war. The Red Skull has sent Baron Strucker on an expedition to the Himalayas to find the fabled city of Atalan. But instead of finding the Inhumans, Strucker uncovers something much more deadly, much more alien. Can Captain America and the Howling Commandos stop the Skull and newfound xenomorph weapons? So it sounds like it's basically an Indiana Jones movie with Captain America and a bunch of aliens put in it, whereas the Nazis are looking for some crazy artifact that's going to help them win the war. And it winds up that all the aliens start killing Nazis. I'm in.
Fuck yeah, Nazis having the alien come out of their fucking chest and stuff. Let's sign me up. Now, does this Captain America have wings on the head? I couldn't see. Did they bring back the wings on the head?
Let me look at it again.
I
think they might be printed on his helmet again.
What about?
You can't tell. I think he does have the wings. There's a little shadow there that I think, like that little shadow under the wing.
I think that. Yeah, no, I think that's we got wings.
I think
on
he
that.
does. Yeah.
All right. What if?
And he's got the scales too. Like I like the scales on Captain America. It's very
yes, I like the scales as well. 100%. He's just ripped as fuck. What if down the road, because if this is a success, maybe this is how we bring James Cameron back into the good graces.
Ooh, if we're like, we need a fucking live action version of that. Get Jimmy Cameron on the line, and I'd sign him up for that. All you know, I would raise his hand like Liam and Noel. Be like, this is the fucking guy, you know.
We're everything
Let bygones be bygones.
We're good. Yes, I said bygones be bygones to Frank. Like I remember 100 times during the Mets Brewers stream. I was like, Frank, if Pete Alonso ties it up, bygones be bygones, right? Frank's like, yeah, bygones will be bygones. And Porno was watching it because he's texting. He goes, you guys are this bygones and bygones stuff. And I was like, so yeah, bygones will be bygones. And if Cameron comes out and is like, you know what? It was time to get back in the alien game. I've always admired what those Marvel fans enjoy. You don't say it's good. And be like, and I just want to kill some Nazis. Boom. The king is back. That's all you need to do,
Jimmy. And then speaking of this Alien Predator franchise, they had a big panel hosted by Kevin Smith for the new Predator movie, which looks really awesome, I think. And they talked about how there's no Predator movie where Predator like wins, where you're rooting for the Predator to win. So he wanted to like make the Predator a good guy in this movie. I think it looks really cool. Dan Trachtenberg is one of my favorite directors because he did 10 Cloverfield Lane and Prey, which awesome. Couldn't recommend enough. And he did this animated Predator movie this year, which I still have yet to watch. And I've been recommended it by a ton of people. So I really got to stop slacking. But he announced at Comic-Con something I've never seen before. Hey, we're adding a post-credit scene tonight at 10 p.m. tonight. You're going to go on Hulu and you're going to watch a new post-credit scene. And he played it. It features Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny Glover back. And he said he's been talking to Arnold about like how he could loop him back into the franchise. So people went nuts. And it was a great moment.
That's awesome. That's Arnold. How old is Arnie now? He has to be like 70.
72, I'm gonna guess.
78. My son asks me like people's ages all the time, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to look it up because it's gonna make me feel bad. And yeah, 78. By the way, recommendation corner just finished the Billy Joel doc on HBO Max.
Oh yeah, heard great things.
Very good. Part 1 is. People are like, part 1 was great, part 2 was all right. I think that's underselling part 2. I think part 1 deals a lot more with some really interesting stuff on his come up. But part 2, like, there's a lot of stuff about Billy Joel I never knew, let alone forgot.
They get into the Russia shows and stuff?
Yeah, a little, yes, for sure.
Nice.
And they even go back to when he was basically a punchline because he was like getting into fucking car accidents all the time and everyone was worried about his drinking and stuff like that. Yeah, so very cool. And he's honest.
My brother told me that he talks about some of his songs. He was like, it's so funny to see how critical you could be of some of your songs where he's like, just the way you are, he thought was nothing. And then it cuts to Paul McCartney and he's like, yeah, that's the one song that I wish I wrote. Like,
yeah,
crazy.
The one song he wish he wrote was Just the Way You Are. And yeah, he was like, that shouldn't be a single. It's not that. He didn't want it like recorded. And yeah, and it just goes to show you that's, I also like grew up thinking that Billy Joel, like he came up with his records. These songs were hits and he just became bigger. And it's like, no, not really. Like people liked it, but he never. And then I think just that was the song that really put him on the map for good. And he just crushed ever since. So
I'll have
very
to
big, highly recommended recommendation corner right
there. Another Mario Kart. It's a Mario Kart topic. Another Comic-Con topic I wanted to talk about. Everyone played Mario Kart with the RIZZLER. Did you see these fucking pictures?
Yes.
Nintendo's activation was the most brilliant thing of all time. Just have the celebrities come play Mario Kart with the RIZZLER.
Did you see someone said it was a reverse Make-A-Wish situation?
Yeah, I did see that. And he posted a picture with the cast of Dexter, including like Dexter Morgan himself, and he called himself the Bay Harbor RIZZLER, which I thought was hysterical instead of the Bay Harbor Butcher.
That is the one thing I don't know if Nintendo gets as much is like, I'd say Mario Kart is the most universal thing we have as a people now. Is everyone has probably played Mario, not everyone, but anyone worth their salt in terms of you're going to want to like, talk to, has probably played Mario Kart. They probably have a favorite person and they can just have fun. You don't have to be good at it. It fucking bumps you up with the star or whatever if you're in last. It's like the universal language is Mario Kart.
Yeah, and it's like the celebrities being able to play it is such a testament to how good the game is too. Where you know, we've tried to do some video game things in the office back in the day, especially with Game Time, where you bring in a guest and it's like, oh, this is going to be a train wreck if they don't know how to play the game. I got an answer from T-Bob. He said, I love the original Tron. The remake was kind of whatever to me. Why do you ask? So I said, me and Clem aren't Tron guys. Thought maybe you could fill that hole for us on the pod too when the new one comes out.
I love it. I love how honest he was there. And that is T-Bob to a fucking T.
He rocks. Love T-Bob. And then the only other thing I had, and this isn't even really a Comic-Con thing, but it's just hey, I want to alert everyone that this is happening because the marketing hasn't been the best. Did you know a new Marvel series comes out tomorrow?
Is that Wakanda?
Eyes of Wakanda.
Wow.
Drops tomorrow on Disney Plus.
Did not know that though. That is worrisome if you're a stockholder.
I know.
Wakanda, right?
And this doesn't seem like the kind of thing. It's getting good buzz. I don't think it's like Ironheart. We were saying, are they sweeping this under the rug to try to keep the buzz good for Fantastic Four? This seems like the kind of thing that people are enjoying, and at least like the early word about it is good, and it's got a good team of writers. I don't know what's going on. It's got Iron Fist in it, which people are really excited about. He hasn't been in the MCU yet, other than the old Netflix show, which, you know, it's kind of like the James Gunn, like technically it's canon, but they haven't acknowledged it. So until they acknowledge it, is it canon? I don't know.
I won't watch it. Are you going to watch it?
I'll watch it. I'll watch Eyes of Wakanda. I'll give it a shot and see what it's like. I'll give a little review next week. I'll tell people, you know, whether or not it's worth your time.
Do you know episodes released or like type or any of that?
It might be all at once. Let me look it up.
That would be perfect. And like Iron Fists, people seem to be excited about Iron Fist. I don't know much about him except for when I played him in video games and stuff like that. Is it always the same Iron Fist, or is that one thing where it can like transfer between people?
I think it's different. I think there's been a couple. Yeah.
Yes. I was trying to make a joke the other day in a blog, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Iron Fist is the one where it can like, there must always be an Iron Fist, but it can change.
Sorry, I had a gnat. This gnat's driving me crazy.
You got it. Yeah.
The guest on My Mom's Basement this week is
it's
the gnat
season.
So it's 4 episodes, 4-part anthology animated series, follows warriors throughout Wakandan history, tasked with traveling the world to retrieve vibranium artifacts. Honestly, all of the like screenshots and everything looks really cool from a like design standpoint. So I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued by this. Someone tweeted, this is the first tweet I saw review-wise, I wasn't hooked on Eyes of Wakanda after the first episode, but thankfully each episode is better than the last and they get really fun by the end.
That's great. Love to hear that. Is it mirroring the MCU? So like T'Challa's gone and Shuri is...
I think it's because it's anthology. I think they might go like decades before T'Challa or something like that.
Honestly, Bob, I was going to say, I don't even know what anthology means. I feel like they just say that to like make it seem fancy and well done. Now I know.
Anthology just means the episodes aren't connected.
Okay.
The episodes are, every episode is its own story.
It actually means something, that word. It's not just a fancy word.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Every day's a school day. That's all I had, really. I've been watching The Bear. We've been texting about it. I still got like 2.5 episodes left. Been enjoying this season, to be honest. I know that, again, that's a show where the discourse comes up. Clemmer blogged that it's not a great show anymore. It's just a good show. I could see where he's coming from in terms of it's like repetitive in its storytelling. I just love the character so much that I'm there for it.
And I think that's kind of was my takeaway. And even in season 3, which was, I'd say probably the worst, we'll say so far.
Yeah.
I love that Clemmer is learning about the G scale. He's using the G scale in his own way. And when he wrote that blog, I saw it's not a great show anymore. I said, that's fair. I think the great has to be for the reserved. For it had great moments and it was on a great trajectory. And I think 3 brought it down. I think 4 has some great moments, has some good moments, had some all right moments. I also thought this was the last season, which had me very confused.
Yeah.
And thankfully, like you said, you broke that to me before I watched it, or else I think it would have made less sense the way it all boils down. But maybe we have Dana next week in the basement, and then we'll do some bear thoughts if you finish it up, because it's only.
I'll finish it by then. Yeah, I'll make sure.
It's basically all like 35-ish minutes, except for the one episode that's like 70 minutes. It's a long one.
And that episode was awesome.
You loved
so
that
good.
episode. Yeah, that
loved
was a good
it.
one.
Yeah. All right. That was My Mom's Basement for this week. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Game Time, for sponsoring. And we will talk to you next week with Dana Beers to talk Star Wars.
# Avatar.
I love it.
I'm going to dive in there later today and raise my Navi. But that's what they call the Navi.
Yeah.
Raise my Navi by my side.